Hey everyone, welcome to episode 89 of the Private Lender Podcast. I'm your host, Keith Baker, and thank you so much for stopping by the show today. I just went blank. How about that? Facebook Live. Knock it out of the park every time, don't I? Anyhow, look, if you guys are looking for practical old world wealth building principles and techniques to be discussed, then you're in the right place. But if you want to learn from my mistakes in investing in real estate as a private lender, then pull up a chair and pour yourself a drink, my friend, because this podcast is for you. This is episode I think 90 is kicking off right now. But before I get too far along, there is a nice little freebie at the end of this. So I'm going to make you listen to the end of the show. It won't be too long, but that's how this free content marketing thing works, right? And I don't know if they told you, but that's what you got to do. So now that I've shamelessly attempted to pique your curiosity with the cheap marketing tactic, let's get down to the brass tacks and right to the heart of the matter. And taking some time off the podcast and switching jobs has been a very, very good exercise for me, and it's gotten me some clarity about this podcast and the show and where I want to take it. And I basically just want to stop talking about it and start doing it. So that's part of the trick at the trick at the end of the show is getting moving, taking some action, and getting a lot more clarity in my message and in my marketing and all that fun stuff. So if you'll bear with me, let me get on my soapbox here for a few minutes. I'm hoping that I can shape and modify some mindsets for both of us today, and we'll see how it goes. So I'm also kind of working off of not really a script, but it's been a long day, guys. I'll just say that. Getting older, and I'm beginning to sound like my dad a bit, but we are in a rapidly changing world. I mean, just the notion of 5G and what it's going to be able to do is I don't know, it just boggles my mind. I'm still kind of hung up on nanotechnology from like 2 decades ago. So, but because of there's so much out there, so much is changing. Hell, I've got this podcast, and I mean, I'm just a guy with a microphone. Who the hell am I? And there's a lot of noise out there. There's a lot of people out there online and saying this, saying that, and some of them are ripping people off. And I know some of these folks. I don't like to admit it, but I do. So during the hiatus, I was able to sit down and kind of think about where I want to take this thing and what the mission is. And I decided the first thing to do is to make some distinctions publicly on here, on the show, on Facebook and everything else. And the first distinction that people or misconception people have is they think that private lending is a way to get rich, and it can be if you lend in an unethical, immoral, or illegal way. Sure, yeah, it's like anything else. You can make as much money as fast as you can, but if that is your intention, then this podcast is not for you. And if you are listening, just go ahead and stop or unsubscribe, because you'd be doing both of us a big favor if you did. So that's the biggest thing I wanted to get out first. Number one. Number two, distinction number two: I am not, or nor is this podcast, a hard money lender or a broker. Hard money lenders work for their money, and so do brokers. And I do not have any interest in taking somebody else's money at a lower interest rate and arbitrage it back out at a higher to somebody else. It's just too much work. And I also don't loan to strangers off the street. That's what hard money lenders do. So plain and simple, my goal is to educate folks and provide, just a little bit of help and some education and some avoidance techniques of how to be able to lend to real estate investors that and on projects that you understand. And it's an education thing. That's it. I got a microphone. You're watching. Or listening. This is beautiful. So I always wanted to be a teacher. So here we go. So with that distinction, I want to clarify the mission is to help motivated people just like ourselves learn how to diversify their investments into the most passive form of real estate investing there is, as that is it being a private lender, and also seek all alternatives to Wall Street banks and brokers, and because it still bothers me that even when people know that the market's going to crash or it is crashing, it's on the down, and huge bonuses are paid out for not losing as much money as the next guy. It's kind of I don't know, kind of one of those weird things. But I digress. Sorry about that. So people help motivate people take control, more control over our financial situation, not just with private lending, but just on the day to day, the daily family profit and loss statements. I want to get a little more into some of that. And this is another way to gain knowledge and to grow a network. And that's in this online world, it's even getting crazy. You got Doug wants to be rich. Yeah, me too, brother. Me too. So I'm losing my focus of the mission here is to help people mitigate risk and confidently invest in private mortgages and keep their investments as safe as possible. No investment is 100% safe, but with private lending is one of the few investment strategies that you can get insurance policies to help protect your investment. You're not going to get that on stocks, that's for sure. And I jokingly say this, but one of my missions is I want to help people realize the truth of the gold rule. That's he who has the gold makes the rules, and basically it's my money, my terms. So when it comes to these private lending, I don't like going outside of my comfort zone, and I want to help people help define what is their comfort zone, which isn't as hard as you think, but it can take a while. So and it's I want to eliminate the needs of banks basically with real estate and private lending. So it no better way to nourish a new economy than between people. So that's it. That's the goal. The mission is to educate the public, or at least those who want to learn or willing to listen to me. And I just in full disclosure, I'm not an expert's expert. I don't have degrees in finance or anything. A guy took some old 401ks, turned them into IRAs, and started making investments in real estate. So, but I've been doing it for a while, so I have some experience there. But this show is, this is not the fast money of private lending or real estate investing. Not going to be that, but it is for people that want to avoid mistakes, because you can make some pretty big ones early on, and it's my goal to help you stay safe and not make loans that will get you in trouble. So that's the mission of the show. That was very long-winded and not very concise, so you can call me out on that. That's fine. But I wanted to get that out there. And the third distinction I wanted to bring up this evening or today is private lending is investing. There's a huge difference between investing and laboring for your money and laboring after it. You're still laboring in that scenario. Being a private lender is not a full-time job, which unless you have a ton of your own money and that's all you do is loan people money and make interest. And God bless you if you do, because that's salute. That's great. But aside from that, private lending is investing. It's not investing in no money down properties, or it's not going to it's not a lot of people get out of corporate America, get into real estate, and they work themselves into another frenzied job, because it's when real estate gets really popular and the deals are harder to find, and next thing you know, they've got to flip 3-4 houses just to keep going to pay the bills, and no, this is not that. Private lending is I tell you what, I actually looked up the definition of investing, and if you ask dictionary.com, investing is to expend money with the expectation of achieving a profit or material result by putting it into financial schemes, shares, or property, or by using it to develop a commercial venture. But I really like Investopedia.com's definition, which says it's the act of allocating funds to an asset or committing capital to an endeavor, a business, project, real estate, etc., with the expectation of generating an income or profit. In colloquial terms, investing can also mean putting in time or effort, not just money, into something with a long-term benefit, such as education. So unless you hire a professional money manager to handle all your funds, every investment will require some level of action from the person doing the investing. If not, then it's not investing, but really more like gambling. You're just putting your money up on something in hopes of gaining, more if the cards fall the right way. But I would like to equate learning how to be a successful private lender with learning fundamental analysis with stock investing. That's the same principles of selecting stocks and companies that was used by Benjamin Graham and it's used by Warren Buffett. It's not sexy because it's long term in focus. It doesn't dwell on the short term like CNBC and all the talking heads and everybody out there. But if it's done properly, it can really and certainly will help you build wealth over the long term. So I like to say that private lending is a classic retelling of the old story, the tortoise and the hare. It's for the long term. If you want the flash and the glitz, go to the casino. I don't know, maybe take up an illicit scheme. I think Doug would like to take that up, have some type of illicit scheme. But sorry, guys. But yeah, it's for the long haul. You're not going to get rich overnight. It's not going to flow fast. And it is truly investing. All the work is done up front, and then after that, I can let it go and trust in the project or the loan or the note. And I like build the old school way. Now, don't get me wrong. I still have my TD Ameritrade or whoever bought them now account that I keep a little bit of money in just to play the. I call it my 8-ball account. So no, not the 8-ball you're thinking, but if I lose at a pool hall, I got some money, but not put it in speculative stocks to say the least. And it satisfies my itch to do some gambling on the stock market, and fortunately, it's I'm not losing a whole hell of a lot of money. I'm not making any, but I'm not losing much either. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for hanging in there this long today. So the 3 things I wanted to cover is, this is not a private lending is not a get rich quick scheme or make money fast. I'm not a hard money lender. Also, I'm not a hard money. I'm a private lender. I'm not a hard money lender. I don't have a job. I don't do this for my day job. I do it as an investment. And that's the third thing. This is truly an investment. This is not something you're going to do until you can fire your boss, quit your job. No, this is stuff that you think of this as buying, bond funds, because it's probably the closest thing. There's a set time, there's a set interest rate. But in private lending, there's, collateral, there's property. So that's cool. Anyway, so in the spirit of the holidays, I believe this should go off on Christmas Eve, should go live. So if you're listening on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and Happy New Year coming up to everyone. But I'm going to throw out some free 20-minute calls. Just get on Zoom and chit chat. Bring a deal to me. You got a question about private lending or how to do something, how to get going, how to get started, or how to select an attorney to get your documents. Happy to do that. So all you have to do is send an email to info@privatelenderpodcast.com with the following subject line: coaching call. In the body of the email, tell me what your biggest obstacle is that you face right now, and I'll send you a link to my calendar so we can schedule a call that's convenient for both of us. And I would like to learn what would help you be more successful or to mitigate your risks. So that's going to do it for now. I'm going to sign off, but please check me out on Facebook and all that social media, Instagram, Twitter, Keith Baker on LinkedIn. And please, 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 if you can go over to iTunes and leave a rating and review, I'd really, really appreciate it, because it would help to get this into the ears of more people just like you and I. So, all right, guys, happy holidays. I'll see you guys I'll see you one more time, I guess, before the new year. We'll see. But all right, y'all take care.